welcome. You're on to Aspheric TV, and this is the newspaper morning briefing. My name is Double Gift, and I have Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik with me in the studio. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, Gift. How are you doing?
I'm fine, sir. So we'll be discussing the major headlines in Nigerian dailies today. We'll start off with the Punch newspaper. The Punch newspaper's major headline is Kuje prison invasion. ISWAP claims responsibility. Freeze Kaduna train attack masterminds. 15 train attack masterminds escape. 49 Boko Haram leaders, 237 others freed. Over 100 soldiers, DSS, NSCDC operatives guarding bombed facility. Buhari laments intelligence failure as sources allege official complicity. Also, amid convoy Kuje attacks, Buhari jets out again. The scores of gunmen believed to be terrorists on Tuesday night bombed the Kuje medium security custodial center, Abuja, which was being guarded by dozens of soldiers, Department of State operatives, police officers, and Nigeria Security and Civil Defense Corps personnel. The next newspaper is the Guardian newspaper. It has it that Buhari decries poor intelligence at Kuje jailbreak, demands probe. It says Defense Minister confirms 64 Boko Haram suspects escaped. Also, Kaduna train attackers likely behind Kuje prison invasion. Gumi spokesman says soldiers were posted out of Kuje prison same day of attack. APC complicit in attack, PDP alleges. ADC presidential candidate Kachuku urges Buhari to resign over worsening insecurity. Akeredolu condemns attack on Buhari's convoy, says state police solution to insecurity, 100 days in captivity, families of train victims protest. The Nation received, The Nation newspaper says federal government petrol scarcity will linger until full deregulation. And then it has it that Kuje prison, 64 Boko Haram suspects escape after attack. The Daily Trust newspaper says why Kaduna train attackers invaded Kuje prison. Target police formation, Kainji, Niger prisons. ISWAP claims attack. Actionable intelligence ignored. 2 police officers nabbed for complicity. I'm disappointed with our intelligence system, Buhari. Northern elders, dons lash at president over Senegal trip. Also, the Daily Trust newspaper that has it that gunmen invade NYSC lodge in Anambra, rape women. Community policing, 10,000 recruits to be deployed to own LGAs, IG. Ekiti bags life jail for raping 85-year-old stepmom. The Daily Sun newspaper says aftermath of Kuje prison attack, fears in Abuja over Boko Haram inmates escape. Minister says 879 prisoners on the run, 443 other recaptured, 4 confirmed dead, 16 injured. Attack outcome of government's refusal to listen to my advice, Gumi. And then US raises the alarm on possible spike in crime, terrorist attacks in and around Abuja, urges nationals to avoid travels on airport road in next 2 weeks. UK asks citizens to be security conscious. Alright, those are the newspaper headlines we have. We'll go on a short break. When we come back, we'll be discussing these issues with you. Please stay with us.
Is Remigius Wango, the national leader movement of progressive youths of Nigeria. I enjoy the whole world to subscribe to Aspheric TV on YouTube, on Instagram, on Twitter, and Facebook. Let us build this big vision together. Thank you.
Welcome back. We'll start off with the most important and most trending issues of them all, which is the Kuje prison attack. And then we were told that ISWAP claims responsibility as they released a video yesterday showing from their own end some of their men shooting and invading the place, burning down the place entirely. So what do you think about this terrorist group and then the bravery to even come out to admit that?
Yeah. Well, it's a sad situation to whoever called himself a Nigerian to see such kind of a horrendous attack on a prison facility within Abuja. Whether it's outskirts of Abuja, but it's still within Federal Capital Territory, Abuja here. Normally, people assume as if everything that revolves around Abuja is normal, at least security-wise. But with this attack now, it has clearly shown that, look, even Abuja itself is porous. The security is porous. It can be invaded. And you see, we shouldn't tell ourselves, we shouldn't sugarcoat this truth to ourselves. Just like President Muhammadu Buhari himself said he's disappointed. President Muhammadu Buhari is disappointed. He said he's disappointed. Me too, I'm disappointed with President Muhammadu Buhari because he's disappointed. You too, you are disappointed with President Muhammadu. All disappointed. So we are in a situation of disappointing situation right now because it means we're talking about security elsewhere, but now it's before us within the nation capital. Just how many kilometers away from where the seat of power in Aso Rock to the Kuje prison itself. So there are a lot of things that we need to have done that we didn't do, and we are suffering the consequences right now. If you look at Abuja very well, there is these CCTVs. They are there. This CCTV project was, I think, awarded around 2011 or thereabout, and to a Chinese company. And since that, they installed them, test run them, handed over to the Nigeria police force. Since then, it has not been working. I even learned that some of the equipment there, that like the solar panel, has been carted away like that. So it shows that, look, we know what we are supposed to do, and we didn't do it. Take, for instance, they said the Kuje prison was attacked, and the process of the attack took like 3 good hours for the terrorists. It means they had a field day, staying there, did what they want to do, ensure that they release their members, and carted them away, and they left.
So one will ask, if this operation happened for about 3 hours, where were the security
apart from that, we should even start it from this way. See, if we are talking about conventional security now, so conventional security doesn't start from the men you are talking about now. It starts from high-tech equipment being planted. You see, the conventional security now, you can see only one or two persons manning an entire community. Because of what? We have CCTV, drone. You understand? If that prison has a closed circuit security system whereby they could monitor movement of people. At least when you see it's a medium security prison whereby it's an isolated place. It's not like in the midst of the community. No, it's an isolated place whereby by the time you are suspecting movement of people from the CCTV camera, you quickly alert the conventional security men, including the military and the DSS, to say, look, we are suspecting some movement of persons towards this side. Then they will take position. But in this situation now, nothing like that. Then we are talking about, they say the soldiers the military men that were guarding the facility during they have overstayed. They say they have overstayed their beat, so they need to change them. And it's happened that a day too. That was when they were like they withdraw them, brought new ones, and the new ones that they brought, they have not even acclimatized with the environment. So you understand, a lot of questions that need to be asked, and a lot of heads must roll. If Nigeria were to be in a saner climb, you discover that by now, some persons would say, I'm resigning, to give room for a thorough investigation of what happened. But it's heavy slap on our intelligence community, just like President Muhammadu Buhari said. Everybody is disappointed. It's a disappointing situation. We shouldn't tell ourselves lies. We should be disappointed. Every year, budgets are being made, security budgets are being made. But these things keep happening. If we are talking, okay, ISWAP now claim responsibility for this thing. let me give you a small history regarding to this issue of terrorism. Right from the beginning of terrorism in Nigeria, in as far back as 2009 till now, these people they are focused. But we Nigerians, the government is not focused. We tend to like give narrative to it. But if you look at them they are focused. For instance, in far back in 2010 in Bauchi, that was the first major attack that they staged. When they, after that the jailbreak, they ensured that they freed all their members that were earlier captured during the fracas, their first fracas with the military in Borno in 2009. They freed them, and when they are freeing them, they now issued pamphlets while they were escaping. Shared that pamphlet in the town of Bauchi. Then in that pamphlet signed by Shekau, their late leader, he said, "Look, we are going to start war with Nigeria. Whoever is with us, it's either you are." He said, "It's either you are with us or you are with the government. And if you are with the government, you share same fate, just the same way that the government share." And since then, they have never derailed from the path they have set for themselves. You understand? So what are we talking about? You have a medium security prison, and you are putting a high caliber criminals, terrorists in that prison. What stopped them from taking them to a high maximum security prison? No matter where that facility is, take them there. Or you create a different this thing, you harbor them there. Take for instance like America. After the invasion of Afghanistan, they decided to take the terrorists that they arrested from Afghanistan down to Guantanamo Bay, which is it's not even in America. It's an island entirely, an island somewhere else, and closely guarded by the Navy. You understand? So in a situation like this now, you are talking about in Abuja here, you are putting terrorists in the midst of some VIP inmates. So what are we saying?
And there were also fears that some of these high-profile prisoners were also carted away, but reports have come out to say that they are actually still very much in custody.
President Muhammadu Buhari, he shouldn't just play with this. This now has exposed that there is laxity on the part of the security. In fact, if you ask me, I would say, look, we don't have security. We should tell ourselves the truth. We don't have security. A situation that terrorists could come. This one is not like they plant an IED bomb on the road and in the market and explode and kill people. No. They came out to say, okay, we want to free our comrade, and they did it, and they succeeded, and they left.
All right, let's talk about the number of prisoners currently on the run. There is a total of 443 prisoners that are yet to be
on the loose now, so they can't recapture them. It's really a sad situation.
The harsh reality that we have to accept is that they can, no matter how much they try, they will not be able to capture all of these people.
Based on right from the NSAS crisis, after the NSAS crisis that we had the jailbreak in Benin and some other this thing, some of those up till now they have not captured them.
Exactly.
And it means that this particular jailbreak, the Kuje jailbreak too, some of these men they will still not catch them. And it means that as long as they are outside there, by now, what we expect the police and the DSS to do, while they are going about the manhunt, they should also sensitize the general public that, look, it's not the duty of you, it's not the duty of I too, to say, okay, you are going to confront someone that you are suspecting to be one of those escapees. Your duty is monitor a suspicious movement around you, report to the appropriate authority, because these are criminals, these are terrorists.
Exactly.
Their lives doesn't matter to them. In attempt for you to say, okay, you want to even accost them, they can, if they have any sharp object, they can stab you. You understand? So by now we expect the law enforcement agencies to sensitize the general public to say, look out for movement of persons around you. While you see such movement, please alert the next security post around you. Do not make an attempt to say, okay, you on your own want to just effect the arrest, because during the process of you doing that, you also endanger your own life too. It's unfortunate.
It's very unfortunate, and then this has brought fear into
the people living in Abuja, exactly, and the environment. So
we are mixed with these people,
yes,
and then we cannot even actually dictate who these people are. We cannot tell between this
a
person and
gift.
the other person.
I've never seen a porous society like ours. Somebody could come from Benin Republic, Niger Republic, and come and stay here, and he will integrate, and the people will accept it. Though to some extent it's part of our humane nature, but our humane nature should stop, because we are talking about insecurity now. The insecurity now, it shows that it's insecurity. To fight the security alone is not the responsibility of the government alone. It's the responsibility of everyone. You should know who is coming to cohabit with you, who is coming to stay in your community, who you are going to share the same neighborhood with, who you share the same estate with. That background check should be there. But a situation that you see in Nigeria now, somebody will just come now. We are talking about the attack now. You discover that some of these terrorists, because whether you like it or not, the fact is that the main place that the terrorists stay right now, that we know quite okay, based on government narrative, is that they have been decimated and confined to only part of Borno, which is Sambisa forest. So are we saying that they came all the way from the Sambisa forest here to effect this? So if they came all the way from Sambisa to effect this, I don't think within that 24 hours is enough for them to go back there. So it means they are still living around here. So, and if they are living around here, what are we doing? What is the authority doing? What is the government doing? What is the FCT Ministry of Federal Capital Territory? What are they doing? Some of this, we are not expecting them to say, okay, since they have escaped, are they living in Mechama? Are they going to live in high-brow areas? No, definitely they will integrate with among where people of their like minds are, where people of that they share at least same religion and same tradition live. That is where they are going, because by the time you decide to stay, okay, you want to stay in one high-brow area of people of distinct character and distinct tradition with you, when you go there, they could easily be spotted out. So they will avoid that kind of place. So by now, we expect the authority to say, okay, collaborate with traditional rulers, collaborate with religious leaders to make sure that, look, by the time you see movement of any person, any face around you, you should report to the authority. If you keep such person or you assist that person, you are also aiding terrorism, and you too, you'll be culpable for the crime of terrorism. So, but if they sensitize the general public, I'm telling you that it will not take long time before they will nab these people, even including the other criminals that are not even the terrorists that are on the loose right now. They will bring them to book.
All right, let's talk about the president taking a trip to Senegal in the midst of all of this. Like, a lot has been happening in the past, let's say 2 to 3 days, from the attack on the president's convoy to the attack on the Kuje prison.
Yes.
And then the president has
gone out again for, is it a course 18 or something like that?
So he's receiving some backlash concerning that. Is this really the best time
it shows
for
that
him to
that
be...
is an insensitivity on the part of Mr. President. He's the number one man. And do you know that this morning I was like listening to some international channels. This thing, they reported it. So it has gone viral. It's now a global thing that, look, terrorists invaded a prison. And you know, once they are not on the ground here, maybe what their reporters now feed them to say, okay, look, they came to Abuja. It's as if they invaded close to the state house. You understand? And it means that the president could have that. To me, that is insensitivity on his own part for him to even jet out. First of all, his own convoy. If the prison is not even this thing, what about his own convoy? To me, it's like when somebody poke a hand into your eye to say, okay, look, then you could have that freedom to still travel, instead of him to stay back and say, okay, by now he should be living in sorrow to say, okay, this thing has happened. It's a heavy slap on me. What do we do next? It's not a time of asking anybody question. It's a time of putting the blame across to the appropriate authority to say, look, you have failed. Since you have failed, I'm giving you 24 hours to resign. Or you bring these people to book, or you resign. Call your chief of defense staff, call your minister of defense, call your service chiefs. I'm giving you people 24 hours to rearrest these persons, or you leave. When you give them that, I'm telling you that with that ultimatum, a lot of things will happen, including the banditry in the northwest.
All right, moving forward, let's talk about Salah, ahead of Salah, police arrest two men who stole a ram. So we're told from reports we have heard that the prices of ram has
Gone really
completely skyrocketed.
skyrocketed. Yeah, yeah.
Exactly. But then this is it. I'm told that in Islam it's not like it's compulsory.
No, it's not. It's
So
not.
why then do people have to go to the length of stealing?
Well, at times, we don't even know whether the people that steal, whether they, so at times, if you don't have that intention of, if you don't have that trait of criminality, there's no way that suddenly, overnight, you will just go and steal something. That trait of criminality must be in them to say, okay, they will steal. And probably, maybe they steal to resell, because it's a period whereby people are making business from selling of rams, livestock, to make money. You understand? Before now, prior to now, some rams that goes as maybe 100,000, 80,000, some of them are now 200,000, 200,000 and above.
Twice the price.
Twice the price. And it's discovered that it's now create a room for criminally minded persons to go about stealing other people's own to resell. You understand? Well, it's unfortunate that, look, people should not, Islam did not, I myself am a Muslim. Islam did not say, look, you must do this. No. If you don't have the means of doing, there is other lesser thing that you can do. If you don't have the means of even that, you can go to your neighbor. Your neighbor will, in fact, Islam even made it a way that, look, that ram that you are going to slaughter on that day, the main objective of it is that ritual of it, and that how do you share the portion of the meat? Your neighbors around you, people of less privilege that you know quite okay that they don't have the means, you share with them, so that they will have something to take. You understand? So it's, if you don't have the means of killing an animal, it's not a must that you should go and steal. Islam did not say you should go and steal.
I feel like stealing totally beats the objective.
How will you even?
Sin
yes, you are now bringing sin, and the process of you getting something out of stealing, you deprive the other person, the owner, for your own sake, and the essence is defeat. It's not about you. Say you kill to eat that meat. No, it's not about it. The essence of it is that sacrifice that you are trying to perform. You understand? That is why you see some people, by the time they travel far away, they will just slaughter it. When they perform their ritual, slaughter it, leave the meat there, and just go, because they are on transit. They can't go anywhere with it. So some other persons, some of these persons that they are going to steal, we don't really know whether they are stealing to resell. But if by venture they are stealing for them to say, okay, you steal for your own self to be part of it, the essence of doing that is completely defeated. You are just on your own. You are not making any. It's not part of your religious injunction that you should go and steal, and no.
Alright, so another story says here that families panic as terrorists threaten abducted train passengers. Recall that some of the train passengers are still in captivity, and then now there are threats here and there.
This issue of this abducted train passengers,
and it's taking a while.
It's taking a while, and up to now, it's I find it very difficult to even express myself regarding this, because we are all Nigerians. At times, some of us will fly that particular train from Kaduna to Abuja, from Abuja to Kaduna several times. We'll go on it, even within that same month that it happened to. I was on the list. So, what if it happened to myself? So it means I'll be in the captivity by now. So that is what I'm saying. So this based on what the government said, they are terrorists that abducted these people, and the terrorists, they have released videos. I think 2 or 3 videos stated their demand that, look, we abducted these people because government, the military, now took away our children too. And they specifically said that the military took our children, and they are keeping them in facility in Yola, under orphanage home guarded by the military in Yola, that they want their children, that the moment they give them their children, they will free these ones. So far now, certain numbers of the people in captivity have been freed, and some are still there. How do you feel when you have your loved one, when somebody is dead, you know quite okay that you have closed the chapter of that person that is dead. But in this case now, you know quite okay that they are outside there. You don't know the condition that they are in. Every day we keep on hearing stories that the terrorists have killed one, they have do this, they have do that. And even those ones that they freed, they based on what they are saying, they are not saying a good thing that the terrorists torture them almost on daily basis. So with that kind of a situation, it's an emotional thing. How do you feel? Your loved one, your father, your mother, your sister, your brother is outside there
Still in captivity.
in captivity. Rain is beating them and everything. No, it's uncalled for. And the government, I don't know. This is not the first time. Even America negotiate with terrorists, and we saw it in the case of Taliban, whereby America negotiated with the Taliban in Qatar to a certain degree, and even trying to like meet certain of their conditions to make sure that they pacify and get the peace. Even here, based on not a kind of a confirmed story, that to some extent, government negotiated with the terrorists over the freedom of Chibok girls. You understand? And when some of the number of the girls were freed, they said government bargained with them, and some of their commanders that were held by the government, they were freed to secure the freedom of this. What is stopping the government from meeting their demand now? A lot of things is wrong somewhere, and we need to ask ourselves, we need to be serious. It's time for thinking. Starting from this issue of this Kuje jailbreak now, I believe that by now, just that the president has shown some level of insensitivity, he has traveled out, instead of him to sit behind and make sure that putting things in order, he has traveled out. So, but concerning this train issue, by now, the issue has gone beyond the Ministry of Transportation. It's no longer, when that abduction took place, it has gone out of the jurisdiction of the Ministry of Transportation of the Nigeria Railway Corporation. It's more or less like a defense issue now. It's more or less of an issue that will be handled by the Office of the National Security Advisor. It's entirely their own editing, whereby the government now, when we're talking about the government, we're not talking about just mere government somewhere anymore again. We're talking about the commander-in-chief, the president of the commander-in-chief, President Muhammadu Buhari himself, taking a definite decision to make sure that these people are out. It's his responsibility. The constitution that he signed, that oath of office that he signed, that is going to, it's all about defending the life of every citizen, including the people that are residing in Nigeria. So, and these people, their lives is at stake. Whatever it take, if he's not going to negotiate with them, he should give an order to say, okay, he wants them to be freed alive within this time frame.
All right. So with the security threats here and there, many things are happening. Let's try to keep ourselves safe, and then try to protect ourselves as much as we can.
People should avoid unnecessary gathering, traveling here and there. Where you are not supposed to be, don't be there. Even if you are the type that you enjoy leisure, you should at least watch the kind of place that you go for that leisure. You understand? Even in the market now, you should make sure that watch the movement. If you see anything like a bag, somebody drop a bag, and don't stay away, keep away off from that side. You understand? Because as long as these people are outside there, we have a serious issue before us.
So that's what we have for you today. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are Aspheric TV on YouTube. Also, please follow us on all of our social media platforms. On Facebook, we are official Aspheric TV. On Instagram and Twitter, we are Aspheric News. Thanks for watching. My name is Dabir Gifts, and I have been with Mr. Mustafa Abdul Malik. See you tomorrow. Bye.